Hey there and welcome to Flow Themes. My name is Paulina, and in this video we'll go over our buttons element inside FlexBlock. A lot of you may have experienced this when you have created a section on your site and you have a longer call to action that you want to have in a form of a button. And in this case, sometimes your text may go break the line and create kind of this weird stacked view, or altogether the text may go on either sides or cross basically the border of the button. So I wanted to share a bit what you can do in this case and how you can further actually edit the buttons that you receive inside your FlexBlocks. So first thing that I wanted to share is that, for example, if your text is longer than the initial button that you have inside your buttons element, so if I double click on the button, I'll get sizes and positions, and here width and height is my button's size. So you can adjust the button size, the width first of all, so I'll go ahead and make it 400, let's say, and the height I'll keep it as is. I think it's pretty good. Now I'll just need to click on the button over here and adjust it within the middle of my or the center of my whole section. So there's some other things that I can do here related to my button, specifically the background color. I can change that to black, and I can change my text color to white, let's say. And I'll use a link. Let's say this will go to my flowthemes.com themes page. And I'll open it in a new tab since I'm working actually in my mono website, mono theme website. Other thing that you can do and adjust the button look overall is the radius of the button. So right now in specifically mono, where I'm working inside here, the buttons are rectangular. Maybe your branding or your identity is slightly different and you want to adjust the buttons so that they're a bit more rounded. You can adjust this by the using this functionality here, which is called corners radius. So I'll add 300 pixels for my radius, and you'll see that the button will become kind of rounded. Of course, you can change that and play around and see how that looks based on overall feel of the page. So you can further adjust that and play around with those radius here. So for example, on our own website, we use the following radius, which is 300 over here, and you'll notice that we also use kind of a larger height for our buttons. So this can also be adjusted. Overall, you will adjust the height if you feel like there's not enough space around the text. So I'll just add this as 80, let's say. This might look good, or like 70. And this text here looks good for that. So if I make changes to my text style, then I will further adjust the height and the width to properly allow enough space, or let's say enough breathing air for the text inside my button. So that would be kind of some of the ways you can play around with the buttons options. So again, we have the background color is black and the text color is white. We adjusted the borders as well. We can also have an outline border for our button itself. You can also remove that if required. And let me just go ahead and change this to, let's say, white. And then we also have a hover state of our button. So the hover states of your button will be very important for the interactive feel on your site. So you want people to click over, or if they do hover, they have an interactive kind of reaction to their mouse, and that will persuade them in a way to click through and get that guide or connect with you, get in touch, and so forth. So I will go over several options how you can edit the hover state. We currently have the following values. So we have a background color, which is also black, and the text is white. So basically the same state as our default button, actually. So what I'll do, I'll just add a bit of transparency to my background. So that means whenever I hover, it will just have a bit of a transparent or off black color. So I'll click to save this and we'll check how this will look. And I'll just save the draft and I'll open my preview of this section. So here you can see a slight kind of hover, a faded color on hover. So that is the first option that you can go with. And again, of course, all of this will depend on your branding and overall identity. Let's play around with a color change on hover. So let's say our hover background right now is black with slight overlay, and let's say I have kind of a darker orange color, or kind of closer to golden over here. That would be my background color on hover. I'll keep my text not white but black, let's say, and I'll change the hover to this same color, and I'll make sure that it's fully opaque, so no transparency, and same for my hover borderline or border color. Here we go. And I'll click to save. And probably, for you, if you do have your color schemes adjusted with your own brand colors, you'll be able to select that from the schemes. Myself, I just have all of the mono color schemes. Go ahead and save that one more time and save the draft. And I'll check now my my section over here. So you can see how this looks now. Maybe the color is a bit too dark since the black color doesn't really look good of the text on it, but you get the gist. So that's how that looks. And let's try one more option. So that we have, instead of a color overall, what we'll do is just keep that to just transparency. So that will be our background color. So it's fully transparent white. That means on hover, what we'll see is the background color, the gray background color around in our section here. The text, I'll keep it black, and I'll make sure that my border color is also black. Here we go. And I'll click on save, and we'll check out this hover option for our button as well. I'll click to save and just refresh this section here. Here we go. And that's a different way to have your button responsive. I think this is the best option of all three in this specific section, to be precise. And for you, hopefully this was helpful just to see how you can further adjust your call to action buttons, play around with the interactive feel of those, as well as adjust them in height as well as width in case you have longer text inside or shorter text, and also if you use larger text or font sizing to allow enough area for breathing for your text to be easily readable for your users. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions at all, make sure to connect with us. We're always happy to assist you. Thank you. Bye.